What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a special guest. If you've been scooting on the East Coast for a while, you probably know him. Mr. Charles Smead.
What's up, guys?
Hey, so what do we got going on over here today?
So it's a 83 P200E. I bought it about 5 years ago in pieces in a bucket. It's a 225 kit. Mazzucchelli long crank, SIP ignition, and right now it's got an air leak.
Oh, okay. What do you think it is?
Well, that could be part of it.
Oh, a wiggly crank. Okay, yeah, nobody likes that. Cool, okay. Yeah, I guess we'll get her torn down and see if we can figure it out.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Guess we found the problem. What do you think it is, Charles?
I forgot to put the race back on.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Let's put it back on and get this thing back together. Okay, so you can see we got the crank out, and what we're talking about is on the crank, it's part of a two-piece bearing. So it's missing the inner race here. That's why there's so much play on the fly side end. So yeah, we'll get this back on and then reinstall it back in the case. All right, so you probably noticed this contraption in the end of my bench in my other videos. What this is an actual crank truing stand. Your typical crank that's within spec will be about no more than 4 thousandths. So before we go and reinstall this crank, we're going to check this. And I think this one is within about 2 thousandths. So yeah, it should be okay. Okay, so to expand this race here, we'll put this thing in the oven for 10 minutes at 250. Okay. Timer. Cool. We'll come back when that's done. All right, so before I put the race on, I have my crank in the vise, a wedge on this side, and then also a 1 millimeter spacer here. This is to allow it so that if I need to remove that race later, I can. It gives me a little space. So yeah, let's go get that thing out of the oven. Wow, this thing's hot. It's hot. Whew. Okay. Yeah. Well, since it won't go in easily, even though it's been cooked, we're going to tap it on. All right. Put my rig on here. Okay. So I have an old race here and a socket, so we can tap that on. Okay, that's it. Make sure if you're tapping on the crank, put a wedge here, that way you're not bending the webs. Well, Charles getting the case all cleaned up before we put it all back together. Fun. All right, now that Charles got the case kind of clean, we'll go and clean the surfaces. What I'm using is a 3M gasket remover rubber thing, whatever you want to call it. You can find that on Amazon. Okay, should should be good enough. Alright, on to cleaning out the other side. Okay, cool. Now we'll remove the outer race and replace it with a new one. Alright, to get this bearing out, I'm using a bearing removal tool. So this will come on this side, like that. This little pin goes in. When you tighten the bolt, like that, it expands these legs out to grab onto the other side, or grab onto the bearing. So put that there, that there. Believe so. Yeah. All right, so that's how that's set up. Now I gotta grab 2 wrenches to start pulling it. So I'll hold the stem there and turn this nut. You should start pulling it. Hold the case from those, yeah. Inner race removed. Alright, we got Charles heating up the case so that we can expand it a little bit for this new outer race. Alright, we've got the outer race installed. Now let's get this thing back together. Alright, I got the motor back upright. If you're wondering where I got this engine stand from, I actually made it. I can actually rebuild small frame and large frame motors on it, and it actually comes in very, very handy. So, okay. Charles, you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Alright. So I'll probably do a more detailed video of P200 engine rebuild later on, but right now we're just going to do a time lapse to get this thing back together. Alright, got them all snugged up. These nuts on the case, the M7s are supposed to be 13 Newton meters. 13 to 15, I think. We'll go 14. Alright, so I got a little more snug, and now I'm actually going to torque them. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's good. Roll it back up. You get all of them? I think you did.
Backside's the only one.
One. Is it?
Yep, that's it.
Cool. All right, there it is, all put back together. No more playing the crank, and it seems to be rotate freely. So yeah, what do you think, Charles? Think it'll work?
I think we're good. We tested down tonight, do a leak down test, and should be ready to ride.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you all in the next one.